Hey, greetings to Texas. I'm going to do an unboxing of this Harbor Freight Chicago Electric Flux Core welder. I have, and this was only $109. This is my TIG and stick machine. That's a $7,000 machine. For soldering, I just use this little propane thing, and then I have oxyacetylene, and I also have a plasma cutter. But I thought something like this only weighs 38 pounds, and it plugs into 110, and it would be perfect for me to do stuff like this chair repair, where I could weld lightweight stuff and not have to fire up my big welder, and I could just carry that unit to the house, which is easier carrying this chair. So I'll probably do that in a later video, but let's look and see what we got for $109. Well, let's see what we get for our $109 US. Got our documentation. Like a welding lens. Handle for the top. An extra tip or a tip. It's supposed to come included with everything, including wire. I think this is the handle for the cheap face shield. And a cheap little wire brush. All right, so we have our power cord. We have our ground clamp. And we have our torch and wire feed gun, trigger, a tip. So there already is a tip, so they gave you an extra tip, and a shield. So let's look at our control panel. So unlike the more expensive machine, for the amperage and voltage, you have a minimum maximum switch, power on and off, and a wire feed speed. Now your wire feed is going to be based upon your metal thickness. Let's see what's under the hood here. Oh, last but not least, the welding shield. Well, I already have welding helmets, so this would be good. You know, I mean, with a wire feed, you're just doing one-handed. So, you know, if somebody was on a real tight budget and didn't want to couldn't buy a helmet, but they're only $30-something. That would work. Or if someone just wants to watch you weld. To open her up, push that little button. And here's your spool for your wire. I thought it was supposed to come with wire. It's okay, I bought 2 things of wire, but you'll load your wire on there and you'll feed it through this little doodad, and this is a tensioner. So all the instructions there, but up here on the top, it's going to tell you the gauge. You know, this is only good to 3/16. We'll see, but I didn't plan on doing anything thicker than that with this machine. Like I said, it's just something I can carry just about anywhere to do little repairs or small jobs, and I think this would be great for somebody who wants to get into wires, or not wire, but welding sculptures, where you're welding thin pieces of scrap metal. things like that. So I'll get this all put together, and I'll try it out on this chair, and I'll do a separate video on that. But if it works half as good as advertised, I just think it's a great deal, especially if you're new to welding. The advantages again are the weight. You can use 110, and there's no need with like MIG welding. No need to have a argon or a helium bottle shielding gas, because the flux core rod will take care of that, protect your weld from oxidizing. So, okay, that's a look at the Chicago Electric Flux wire welder. The model number's here. If you check Harbor Freight, they have a great selection of items. This is more of the bottom of the line. Like I said, it's good for the home hobbyist or beginning welder, and I think it's something that I can end up using. So, all right, well, that's a look at this little welder. Appreciate you stopping by, and check out some of my other videos, especially the upcoming ones where I'll be using this and building my wood stove heater. Thank you. Real quick, I'll show you the wire, the different flux core wires that you can get. This is 30 thousandths and 35 thousandths wire, and that'll go on the spool. These are 2-pound spools. I think it might be able to handle up to a 10-pound, but I don't know. But for what I'm going to use it for, these are going to be more than plenty. This will last a while. Also, what I'm doing, I don't know if you saw some of my videos, I'm restoring old tools that I get as estate sales. I did that file, this chisel. I cleaned up these C-clamps, which were rusted. The next one is this old sledgehammer. It's been laying out. Got a new handle for it, so I'm going to recondition that. These pair of pliers, they won't even open. So those are the things that are upcoming. Here's some of the stuff, scrap. I had this piece of scrap that's going to be turned into a wood heater, wood stove for my shop. I have other scrap. The only thing I had to really buy was I bought some glass for the door and the stovepipe stuff and stuff to insulate the door. But other than that, that'll be upcoming.